Hey guys, today I'm messing with Take on Mars. Well, before I start my playthrough series on that and how to work playing scenarios and whatnot, I've been messing with the editor because I was like, I wanna see how that works. There's not a lot of documentation on it yet, but I've discovered a few things and I've talked to a few people and read a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, there's not a lot out there. I mean, it's brand spanking new. But I'm going to mess with the editor again today, and I'm going to load the area. I don't know if you have to do this or not. Well, I started off with this one, I believe, Victoria Creator. And I've made my own, and as I saved it, it's kind of weird. Where am I? Oh, okay. So now I'm at the default location. Well, I've already built some stuff in this location in a save file. So what I'll do is I'll load that right here. Let's see, is this load? Okay, this is new. So I hit new scenario to begin with. Use this location, I believe, and then saved it. But I'm going to go ahead and load it now. And it's my Alone Again map. And load scenario. So you can see some stuff popped in right here. That's my little area. Now I'm trying to, as I pick up on things here, and I notice the comments people are making, you can place things. This is very tricky. Oh, by the way, the scroll wheel controls your speed. So if I scroll it towards me, it slows me down. If I scroll it away from me, it speeds me up. While I'm holding the WSAD keys. But when you spawn in things, you can't like spawn in a bunch at once. Gravity does take place, and I'll show you a little bit about that. So I'm right clicking. Okay, right now I can move this around. Wherever this little, I'm gonna call exclamation point is, you right click, and now it's still here, even though I can now go over here and pick something to spawn in. So let's real quickly spawn in parts that I need. Let's see here. So you got your edibles and everything over here. It's pretty. I think I have a character in here already. I don't know where the character. Oh, there he is. So here's another. I don't even know where to start. There's so much. And I haven't figured out how to rebind these up and down keys. So I'm just going to kind of go forward and back and aim, and the old trick of going up and down. So I'm just hitting W and S and all that. But anyway, to switch, like people are wondering, how do you mount things? Well, I put a character down wherever I'm going to be working. This one's going to be building a house. I'm not really sure. This guy might be making some things. And I think I got another one over there, pardon me, by the mining stuff. So if you want to jump into a character, you hit the space key. That gets rid of all that, and then you hit F. And now you're in the character, just like you're in the game. And I think my weather, you see a lot of rocks flying at me, so that's probably why I'm taking damage. I have to figure that one out. And you can hit F key again, and now you're free floating camera again. Now you notice it's getting dark, and people are wondering, how do you make it day all the time? Well, I'm not sure really what's going on with that light and dark stuff, but I note that when you're in editor mode, oops, here's another thing. You might want to set your mouse controls. If you right click, it holds you still so you can use your mouse. And then that's where something will spawn. So it does look a bit dark, but if I go here to my edit scenario properties, it resets it to the time I told it to start. So I put 2100 hours here. What is that, like 1 o'clock? And you could take down the weather, clear up some of that if it's slowing you down, and get rid of some of that weather and close it. And now every time you open properties, it'll set back to this time of day. So I'll sit here and work and mess around, and you can see the shadows moving. So the sun is actually changing position in the sky. But anyway, let's go. So I was able to spawn in some stuff. Now my thing is, people were talking about how do you build a base, you know, in here. Well, you can't build the base, but you can spawn in the parts your guy needs. It saves you some time to, instead of using the 3D printer one at a time or having a buddy sit there and oh, I'm seeing a little bit of screen tearing going on there. So if I want to spawn in, let's say, some more of these curved pieces, because everybody knows you need a ton of those. So if I right click here, now I go over here to little tiny block icon, building blocks. You can go down and look for wall. Walls, the little guys, and then obviously, oh no, that's floor. But you got wall and floor. Those are the little pieces, and then you got the larger ones. Large wall, but I'm gonna do small wall. And if you hit this plus icon down here, it comes in. Now if you hit it again while you're still there, it stacks them inside each other, which can be problematic. So if I do, like, let's say that a few more times, it doesn't really it just keeps doing that. So if you hit space button, it activates you know, gravity and everything. So they'll pop apart, but you gotta be careful. If you have too many, they'll just, I mean, it's just like in the game, bam, it'll just knock everything for a loop. So I try to you know, be cool on how many I spawn at the same time. So I'm hitting space bar to hide the interface, in case you want to take a screenshot. But so yeah, I could sit here and I kept thinking, well, what if I click here then, because this is the angle of stuff that's going to spawn in. See how it's leaning? That's what this icon is for. It's for the ball is where it's going to be, and then the direction is the upper part of the exclamation point looking thing. So if I right click here, that's where it's going to spawn, and I click it a couple more times. See, they're still stacking inside each other. Now I can stop and click, right click again to unfreeze where I'm at. Look at that. This is cool. I did it with like 20 earlier with the floors or whatever, and boom, they shot way up and it rained pieces for a long time. Now if you right, what it is if you if I right click on this, or if I mean left click, now it's selected. You see this window at the bottom popped up. It says current selection. Now you have to actually left click to unselect it. So if I right click on it and right click on it, now I got two. So whatever I do to one is going to happen to both. So you got to make sure you left click to unselect those, and then get your icon off. That's how you know if you're not selected anymore. You get your icon on the ground, and if you still see a box around them, they're still selected. So theoretically, I mean, if I left click and hold, I can move these together. See? So you could do that with a row of cars or anything that you're moving around. Now that one there these should be falling to the ground because I hit the space bar. Oh wait, that one's a light fixture. That's why I don't know, it shouldn't be floating like that. But if I jump into my character, it's still floating. Now this one's a light fixture, so it has something underneath. But I can pop right in and out, like if I want to place a piece. You have to actually pop in here to build it. Okay, that's a light. I should flip that over so I can tell. It's just because when I spawned these in, they went flying. And see, that's not a light. That one should not be floating. There we go. So that's kind of how I spawn things in. Now it's a little tricky. Like there's a stair. Well, I need another stair. Oh, for the you know. So I'm putting my pieces down. I pretty much know what I need for an airlock. So I got a couple of suit hangers, a couple of walls. I was going to put in a couple glass pieces. So let's do that now. Bring back the interface with the space bar. Right click to pick the area you want it to come into. Now you can't type yet. They don't have a search thing here like Space Engineers. You can just start typing wall. That'd be great. And then only walls show up. And everything. That'd be nice to have a little search window there. I'm sure they'll be doing it here pretty quick. But like I said, it's new. So let's see here. Airlock, corridor. Now here's the glass one. So it's just like these right here, but it's going to be glass. So I'm going to hit this one. Now I was hoping I could step and repeat. So I wanted to right click to get back to my mouse mode. And if I click and hold, it's selected now. I can move it. So I thought, well, maybe if I do this and spawn in a new one on top of that one, maybe gravity would somehow help me so that it all stack. But that doesn't seem to be how it works. It's still a little hokey. It should automatically know not to stack inside each other. Like step and repeat would be awesome. I mean, really. But maybe it's in there and I just don't know yet. So I've tried a lot of key holding which key when I do these things, and it doesn't seem to. So that one's there. If I click it again, now it's stacked inside. But theoretically, you could grab it. See, I'm right clicking or left clicking. But I can't really do anything. So I have to kind of do that and let it fall. Now, these are kind of hokey. Now theoretically you could right click here, spawn one, unlock it with the right click, click here, do another one. Now I kind of been doing that. It seems like a long way around. So I got my, I want my free mouse again. Okay, I'm gonna left click. And I should be able to move this. Oh, you gotta do it quick to grab it and then click and hold the left mouse button. Now you gotta be careful because if I smash this into stuff, they're gonna go flying. Just like in the game. So you gotta kind of be cool with that. So I got some of these. I'm gonna take 2 of them, put them over here. And I just hit the space button and gravity should kick in. But for some reason it ain't. I always let them stay in the air though. You don't want to put them in the ground or they'll fly everywhere. Okay, that's deselected. Left click once. Oh, see the other one. So it's now it's not selected. Okay, I'm gonna select it. And for some reason, hitting the spacebar is not making them fall to the ground, which is pretty odd because all last night when I did all these things, every time I hit the spacebar, these all started falling to the ground. Not really sure why it's not all of a sudden. Can I walk into one? Yes, I can. Okay, so that needs a little kick in the ass to get going, as it were. So yeah, so now to hang these things, you have to actually pop in here and use your tool. And do it just like you would in the game. So you really can't, oops, that whole right hand turn thing, and then a piece goes flying way over there and kills somebody. So basically, yeah, it's a combination of in-game and editor. I mean, once I discovered you could slow down your camera speed, that was pretty cool. I'm gonna try something with the options. So I don't have it on super high because I noticed it did lag on me a little bit. But let's see here. I got, where's controller? Controller. Go to the mouse. And you can do your up and down mouse speed and left and right mouse speed. Works pretty good. I guess the horizontal one is the one that keeps getting me, so I'm gonna slow both of them down a little bit. And it affects in-game and editor actually. So what I've been doing is, like, I just kind of figured out mathematically what do I need for the floor plates. Put those in, put my stands in. And I'm like, let me give me some random things. Because you know how when you print things and you print something you don't need, you're like, oh crap. Well, I try not to have a bunch of leftovers. Anyway, oh, that's what I was going to do. I forgot. Screen tearing. I went to the mouse for some reason. Yeah, vertical synchronize. Let's see what that does. Yeah, that's better. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, now, this is like if you're going to build a scenario. This isn't like when I have fun and I just start from scratch, you know, like everybody else. I got a printer, one vehicle, you know, and some food. But I kind of like this, so if I want to do a scenario, I can kind of set up some things. But it's kind of nice to put the pieces down and then do some building. But I was going to do a scenario to where a sole survivor kind of single player thing and see how far I can go. Now I did one with, oh my god, it was crazy. I mean, it was like, I think 4 stories, but it tended to, I'm trying to find, I didn't want to bug out, you know, have too many lights at night or whatever, because it did tend to slow me down. And the more geometry you have, you know, the more it's going to slow you down. It's kind of like any game. See, now this one's kind of coming in like I would expect it to. It staggered them and didn't stack them, so that's kind of nice. Wait until you see what happens when I hit the spacebar. So that was kind of nice that this one, along with the floor seems to stack properly, and these seem to stack properly. So interesting. Let's see if I can do that again. Yeah, so they're coming towards me. So that's kind of interesting that some of them work. Well, right in the face. Right in the face, right in the good eye. Okay, so I got a bunch of support pillars now. I wish everything did it that way, but as you saw earlier, some stack inside each other. And I haven't figured out what to do with that yet. Now, I was like, well, can I do it on an angle? Like on the back of here? Like if I want to spawn some here, can I right click there to select where the spawn spot is, and then go to walls? Where's that at again? Actually, I need more floor large, so let's go with that. So this one's actually stacking in my direction. See how it's kind of doing it correctly? So these are all fall straight down. So let's just, I can just bring a ton of these in. Oh wait, damn it. So it almost stacks like, you know, properly. So, oh okay, so I clicked off. So wherever your cursor's at, is where they're gonna spawn. So look at it, it's coming towards you all the time. So that's kind of nice. So will that work if I, like, let's try something else. What if I look straight at the ground? Will they stack properly? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so they can kind of work. Let me try that with the small walls. Maybe that just wasn't working because I wasn't looking straight down. Let's try that. Okay, I'm right clicking until it's, you don't want to just jet to the menu because you'll spin around if you're not careful. Okay, so we're going to do floor small. Oh yeah, okay, so it does tend to work if you're looking down at them. So you can actually get stacks of things. So I guess it just depends on the angle you're looking. Let's try these curves. Well, first let's grab these guys. And at least it clips through everything when you're moving them, so that's kind of nice. Let's put this right over here. Gravity didn't kick in. Okay. So deselect. That's left clicking. Select, left clicking, click hold with your left. And see, it stays the same distance from you as you move. So if I do this, I gotta left click to deselect. And then that should be, everything should be falling to the ground right now. For some reason, it's not. Anyway, let's try these little curved pieces because I need a bunch of those, that's for sure. So bring back the interface with the space bar. I'm gonna right click right there so my camera moves. And then I'm gonna right click again so it picks a spot. Now I gotta figure out what they call that piece. Looks like wall curved. And then you got the corner, okay. So let's just do this. Now these are going inside each other. So the curves, see how they're not stacking properly. That kind of bites. Yeah, I don't like that. See that really, oh god, what's going on? Yeah, that's actually happened in game a few times. I wonder if I should be spawning these up here. Right click, okay. And it's, if I spawn and move the yeah, see, you can't move the camera when you're in lock mode, so can I? No, because there's no key. So I was wondering, can I spawn and move, spawn and move? No, it just seems like it's just going to keep doing that. Don't glitch into the floor. So I guess if you're kind of careful, they settle. Not sure what's going on with this guy, though. Why he's not being affected by gravity. Deselect already. Dude, what are you doing? Oh, I see. You got to unright click before that'll work. Then deselect. Oh, okay. So if I'm right clicked in a spawn area, you can't select and deselect. Alright, well that's interesting. Wow, look. So really, you got a lot of parts all of a sudden. And then you can just kind of pop in. Let's see, how do I do that again? Where's that guy? Oh my god, I almost killed him over there. Hide the interface and hit F key. F as in frickin'. So how do I, what? You stupid son of a. Okay. Some of those got locked in the, so you can see left click, hold, and throw. Get that back over where it belongs. What's this here? Left click and to throw. I don't need to throw that one. Okay, so what I need to do now, it's just like being in game. Kind of cool. Now I notice your guy can still die. Well, it looks like he's dying anyway. It'll say damage and all that. I haven't actually died or seen how that respawn works, but I don't know if it respawns where I was standing a minute ago or back over there. But whatever. So now it's basically like in game. Select it. R key to rotate crazily. And then if you hold Alt R, you can rotate horizontally. I tend to, in game, I'll tend to, you know, like as I'm walking somewhere, I'll get it in position before I even get there. I mean, I notice a lot of people walk to where they're going and then try to rotate it. Well, you know what? Just do it on the fly. I mean, most of the time you're walking pretty far anyway. So you got plenty of time to keep your finger on the W key while you're rotating. Sure, it's kind of crazy, but whatever. The interface is a little weird, but hey, it's new, and you know what? I don't mind it. Everything's a little weird until you learn it, then you got it down. So, just kind of like, well, really any editor, really. Far Cry, I've done a lot of Far Cry maps. I don't like walking around with my gun out. Look, how you doing? No, I always tend to hide it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I kind of like the way you can, and like I said, when it starts to get dark, see, I think my map's on 124, so you can always pop back out by hitting the F key, hit the space bar. Oops, damn, look around thing. Then you can open your scenario settings again. Bam, it goes back to starting time, and then close it. So that's kind of handy, actually. I think you gotta be looking at this guide. You gotta hide your interface and jump in. Okay, there you go. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna start a series here pretty quick, because I really like this one. Impulse I would like to do also, but I gotta get some people together for that one. That's that one where you're kind of like a starship captain and you have 5 other people running around on the ship. I think that has a lot of good potential. This one definitely does. I'm not gonna give up Space Engineers. I mean, geez. I just hope that at some point Space Engineers and like this can merge technologies, because they all have a lot of awesome GUI, but it's like, there's always something that you love about one game that the other ones don't have, and you just wish you could merge them. Yeah, can I just merge the welding? Like, am I gonna be in here actually welding? Oh shit! You gotta be careful. Careful. I didn't mean to do that. You definitely don't want to do that once I get this thing way up there. And so I haven't really seen a lot of people building up as of yet, but I built a whole big giant tower thing. It's pretty cool. And like on Space Engineers, what I tend to do is make everything symmetrical and stuff like that. Well, in this one here, I got the door in the middle there. Well, I don't usually put, sometimes I do, put the other door here, and that way I can build another room eventually over there. Sometimes I'll put the door right here, just to throw it off a bit, because if you think about it, I guess you would like to have a corridor kind of going, a main corridor if you're going to do that, but then maybe turn a corner and go down that corridor. But recently I've been forcing myself to put the other door like offset. I wonder if I can put the door really offset. Dude. Okay. It rubber bands. It remembers your... See, right now I'm scrolling to push it away from me. Well, it must be already as far away as it can get. I noticed that they have, like, if I'm carrying around the little containers that carry the rock and whatnot, and minerals, I should say, they're harder to manipulate when they're full. So that's kind of neat that they see. So can I actually, I don't... Oh, that's the wrong spot. Let's go over one. Couldn't kind of see what I was doing there for a second. Come on, there we go. So can I still close this off with a corner piece? Not sure. Let's take a look. Am I blind? Where are my corners at? Oh, they're there. Let's grab one of these. I didn't feel like walking way over there. Yes, I can. Okay. Wasn't sure if that was gonna fit properly, but I'm not gonna sit here and build forever. I'm already at a half hour, but you know, I'm gonna do a few of these just for grins because there's really not a lot of information, and maybe if we learn at the same time, might help somebody out as far as hanging stuff. You know how to combine F key, spacebar, editor with you know, actually putting things together. I tried a couple of those prefabs to like maybe start off in. You can actually over on the over here we have, you know, prefabs. Well, doesn't seem to work right. I mean, and you can't edit them. You can't edit. Some have no doors, or they have doors but they're not usable. So it's like not really worth anything. So I just kind of bring the parts in, and what I'll do is I might continue some of these. Yeah, I'll continue these just to, you know, maybe we can learn together on how to combine the editor and the player, and maybe we can get some cool scenarios going. I mean, it's a little tricky and daunting at first, but I think everything will be alright. Later.